welcome all of you to the Home Depot SEC on CBS. This afternoon, the Tennessee Volunteers come into the Swamp to take on the Gators of Florida. Hi once again, everybody. Vern Lundquist along with Gary Danielson. In the 90s and early in this decade, this was one of the premier football rivalries in all the country. Philip Fulmer was at Tennessee, Steve Spurrier at Florida. In recent years, though, both teams have fallen from the top. In spite of that, Florida has won the last 10 games, and they have done so in a dominating fashion, as you see. Gary, what relevance, if any, does that streak have to this game?
You know, Vern, I think for the players, not much. But for the fans, for the Tennessee fans, it's a huge deal. And I think it'll create pressure in this game if it gets tight in the football game.
Well, how does Tennessee go about breaking the streak?
You know, Vern, I think it has to be their quarterback, Joshua Dobbs. If there was one guy coming into this season that Tennessee thought and the SEC fans thought was going to have a breakout season, it was Dobbs. I mean, people thought he might be this year's Dak Prescott. Now he's played fine, but he hasn't been that difference maker that a lot of people thought. And I think in this game, he has to dominate that position because he's going up against a guy at Florida in Will Grier that right now Florida is managing. They don't want Will Grier to beat them, and they want to see if they can play around that freshman quarterback. So I think in this game, Dobbs must be a difference maker.
Well, to make it more difficult for Florida, two players have been suspended for this game only, including the backup quarterback, Treon Harris. How does that affect things?
You know, most people would think it would be Tabor, the defensive player, but I think it's a backup quarterback. Last 2 years, Florida has used their backup quarterback to make a difference in this game, and the way you call plays as an offensive coordinator without a primary backup could affect play calling.
What will you be looking, what segment of this offense or defense do you think will be significant?
You know, Vernon, I think both coaching staffs walked in that defensive line meeting room and said, you know, there's a lot of different ways we can win this game. But you guys, you front four on both sides can dominate the game. The weakest point of Florida and Tennessee is their offensive lines. The strongest point could be the defensive lines. Which group will dominate?
It's an early season game of significance. And if it's significant, that means we get to welcome Brad Paisley.
Welcome to Gainesville, Florida for a showdown between Tennessee and Florida. It's another football Saturday in the SEC. Volunteers, Razorbacks, we're Tigers, Gators, Commodores, Gamecocks, and Wildcats. You can hear our battle cry. War Eagle, Roll Tide, Bulldogs, Aggies, Rebels, and the like. From Rocky Top to College Station, yeah, we're one big country nation, that's right. It's the Vols versus the Gators, the SEC on CBS, the best game from the best conference.
See on CBS is sponsored by Outback Steakhouse, DirecTV, Aflac, and by Bud Light. And you see what will become a full house here at Ben Hill Griffin Stadium, the Tennessee Volunteers and the Florida Gators. Moments ago, Allie with head coach Jim McElwain.
Coach, you're without two players who were suspended this week. One of them is quarterback Treon Harris. Not having your backup quarterback, how does that affect your game plan today?
Well, you know, it's one of those things where we'll welcome him back next week, and at the same time, somebody else will step up. And I'll tell you what, though, doesn't get much better than this, does it?
No, it really doesn't. It's been a decade of dominance against this Tennessee team. How do you keep the streak rolling?
Well, hopefully we've taken care of that during practice. So now we just come out and have fun.
Good luck, Coach.
Thank you.
You know, Vern, I think that's been the theme that Jim has used all week. McElwain has just said, let's just concentrate on the basics. Let the score. He learned that right from Alabama. That's exactly the way they do it.
Where he was once the offensive coordinator. And a quick sprint across the field, and we find Allie LaForce now with Butch Jones.
Coach, you're coaching in just your third Tennessee-Florida rivalry game, but it's been a long 10 years since Tennessee has beaten Florida. Why will today be different?
Well, we understand what's at stake, and we're responsible for what we create on this football field, and it's going to come down to following the plan to win.
Florida has one of the best defenses in the SEC. How can you dictate the tempo today?
Well, it's going to be, first of all, mixed downs. We have to own mixed downs. We have to keep them off balance, and we have to be in manageable third down situations.
Thanks, Coach. Good luck.
Thank you.
Tennessee won the toss. They have deferred the option. That means that Tennessee will kick off. Aaron Medley is the kickoff man, and Brandon Powell, number 4, is deep. First meeting back in 1916. Powell drifts back and will take a knee. And let's check the Chick-fil-A starting lineups now. We begin with the quarterback, Will Grier.
You know, Vern, Will Grier has really bailed out this team with his feet just as much as they thought it would be with his arm. He's a work in progress, but when you talk to everybody around the program, they believe the future is bright. But, you know, we've been here. Hard to learn in this league.
He is a redshirt freshman. Went all the way last week in the win at Kentucky, after which his head coach Jim McElwain said, well, he did okay.
Did okay.
First down 10. Kelvin Taylor is the running back alongside Grier. Deep down the middle, and he overthrows an open Antonio Callaway. Well, Will Grier up and down so far in these games.
Yeah, not unexpected, especially that big game against Kentucky on the road. You know, playing an SEC game, that strike over the middle was the one he just missed right there. So they gave him a play call, but it's been his legs on busted plays that have really bailed out the big Gators. This interception on first down was probably his worst play of the game.
Second down 10 after the missed pass. Cameron Dillard, number 54, will snap it back. Here's the quick cross to Kelvin Taylor. And let's introduce you to the Florida offense. Sharp, Thurman, Dillard, Riles, and Halter. Trip Thurman, the senior, the most experienced of that very, very young offensive line. Antonio Callaway, true freshman, has made a big splash early in the season. And there's an injured player down for Tennessee, Owen Williams, number 58.
Well, Tennessee has Danny O'Brien back this week, so they have a very deep front four. So if there was a time for Williams to get dinged, they do have plenty of backups this week.
Danny O'Brien was the starter for game 1, then suspended for violation of team rules. That's a pretty generic explanation for all teams. Danny O'Brien wears number 95. See if he is next on the field.
First big call for Doug Nussmeier, the offensive coordinator for Florida. They're in their own zone. He started off very interestingly. The first play of the game was the same play that we had the highlight of, that pass down the middle that he had his, I thought, best throw of the game to Callaway. So now on 3rd and 7, remember, how do you manage your quarterback? And there's no backup. And scrambling on 3rd down was a big part of the game for Will Grier against Kentucky.
Well, defensively, you just saw Owen Williams walk off the field. They've got Vereen, Vickers, Barnett. Reeves-Maben had a huge game despite the loss against Oklahoma with 21 tackles in that game. And Ladero McNeil thought his career might be over with a neck injury before the season started. He was cleared to come back to practice on September 14th. Made his first appearance last week. Had an interception for 57 yards, and he is starting at safety this afternoon.
Vern, you know, this is going so slow here at the start. I thought they were going to honor us to recognize our first game together in 2006.
That's right. It feels right to be back here during this game, doesn't it?
Yep. That primetime game when We Were the Stars, and Tebow stole all of our spotlight that day.
And he's still doing it.
Yeah.
Still doing it. Kyle Phillips is in as the defensive tackle now, number 5. Well, this one's taking a while to get.
Well, they got to get. They're introducing some crowd of athletes here on the sideline. Softball team, whatever it is.
Well, congratulations to them. Let's go to Allie.
The training staff is working on Owen Williams' right hand. They put a stent over his middle and his ring finger, and then they taped it up. It looks like he's going to try to go back in. Nothing too serious, just a new tape job. Okay,
Allie. Glad you had a chance to catch your breath after that sprint. Well, we're about ready, I believe. 3rd down 6.
One of the trademarks of a McElwain offense is the use of the tight ends all over the field.
Well, they bunch. There's an inside rush, and that's nothing.
According to the game plan.
LaTroy Lewis.
Yes, I'm sorry, Vern. You know, that's one of the things that John Jancic will try to do, the defensive coordinator for Tennessee, is keep this guy in front of him. They know he flashes early. He's done that. I thought Kyle Phillips, number 5, a true freshman in there, came off and kept his eye on the quarterback.
That brings Johnny Townsend on the punt. The deep man is Cameron Sutton, the starting cornerback. This is a boomer. Taken at the 9. Looks for blocking help and does not get it. Whoa, terrific downfield play. 61-yard punt, 5 on the return. Quincy Wilson, number 6, who gets the start at cornerback today because of the suspension to Jalen Tabor. Tennessee has the ball. Moment of college football with the CBS Sports app. Every play, every story, and every highlight, right as they happen. Download the CBS Sports app now. And we'll introduce you now to the Chick-fil-A starting offense for Tennessee, beginning with Joshua Dobbs.
Vern, I think he has to affect the running game. We know he's obviously involved in the passing game, but whether he's keeping the ball or carrying out his fakes, Florida must defend the quarterback, and he has to be an integral part of that running game where Tennessee has struggled so many years against Florida.
Jalen Hurd is the running back. He's had an outstanding start to 2015, and he gets a really good start here. Nice block on a pursuing defender, and Jalen Hurd has picked up a 1st down.
Oh, what a great sign for this Tennessee football team. Everybody knows the stats. Everyone knows that, you know, as Vern showed you in the open, that Tennessee has struggled to run the ball, and now Jalen Hurd pops a play on 1st down run.
And is immediately replaced by Alvin Kamara, who's in his 1st year at Tennessee, in junior college last year after starting his career at Alabama. He gets the pass, and it's a little bit behind it. Tennessee's offense. Curbison, Robertson, Thomas, Wiseman, Kendrick. Ethan Wolf has got 2 touchdowns. Jalen Hurd, you just saw him. Marquez Noith, the true freshman, Jawan Jennings, and Josh Malone complete the 11 on the field. It's Hurd back in there. He goes right, picks up 3 or 4. Joey Ivy, one of the front 4 for the Florida defense, which is off to a sensational start. Jonathan Bullard can play either outside or in. He goes inside today. Brantley Cox and Vernon Hargraves, arguably the best cornerback in the SEC, and indeed one of the best in the country. 3rd down 6. Joshua Dobbs pumps once, nailed. No pickup block. And it was Antonio Morrison, number 3, the middle linebacker, who came in almost untouched.
Yeah, Joshua Dobbs should know better. Florida, especially new defensive coordinator Jeff Collins, loves to bring the 5th guy. And the 5th guy this time, the linebacker, a key blitz. That means he runs at the running back. If he goes not to somebody else, he keeps going. And Dobbs didn't have that mental clock running at the right rate.
Trevor Daniel, who's averaging over 47 yards per punt. This one low and will bounce at the 36 on one hop. It's taken by Antonio Callaway, and he doesn't find any room. It's a 48-yard punt. Nothing on the return. Take another look, Gary, at Antonio Morrison.
Yeah, you got to know when you see him at the close at the line of scrimmage, get your drop, let it wing, because you got to avoid those sacks. They're coming.
He's out for 6 to 10 weeks, but he did make the trip. Allie talked with him during pregame.
Kurt, first start us off with, how's the hip feeling?
It's getting better. You know, it's going to be a process, but day after day, and I'm just getting better, healing.
Your coach decided to give up a roster spot for you to travel with the team. Why did he make that decision, and what do you plan on telling the team today?
First of all, I'm grateful for him to make that decision, and I told my teammates I'm thankful for them to let me come along with them, and it means a lot. I'm going to be on the sideline, and I'm going to be locked in on every play and give them everything I got, give them all my energy, all my focus, and all my attention. Yeah.
Best of luck to you in your recovery, Kurt.
Thank you very much.
Now there's Kurt Magid. About an hour and a half before the game, he led his team with a very emotional recitation, I should call it.
Well, he's been here for a lot of them. He
has.
Knows what he's talking about.
Danny O'Brien is in the lineup now, having served his 2-game suspension. Play action. That one's caught by Jake McGee, the tight end, number 83, a 6-year player. And a gain of 14.
Very interesting when we talked with McElwain and Nussmeier. They both hinted that they were so worried about that front four for Tennessee that they may finesse them earlier. And I asked McElwain, I said, much like Alabama did against LSU in that 2011 national championship, and he winked at me. I don't know what that meant.
Oh, no. Here's a big hole up the middle. This is Kelvin Taylor. Cuts to the outside, caught and dropped inside the 10.
Yeah, the safety that time could have kept that with about a 10 or 11-yard play, but he falls down coming up. I think it's Brian Randolph, number 37. A nice move in the hole. It is Randolph. Randolph comes up, loses his footing, and then Taylor makes it into the secondary and inside the 10.
That's a gain of 47, by far his longest gain of the year. He had only 45 yards in last week's game at Kentucky. Here's Taylor again inside the 5. Well, much documented confrontation after Kelvin Taylor made a throat slash gesture in the win 2 weeks ago, and Jim McElwain got in his face with a profanity-laced tirade. We talked to both of them yesterday. Kelvin Taylor said he's good with it. Jim McElwain said it's in the past.
Yeah, I think everybody kind of handled this well. McElwain knew he needed to do better. And I think Kevin Taylor, you should give a lot of kudos to. He took it for the team, basically. He knew he was a little bit wrong and just said, yes, sir. And it pays off.
Touchdown, Taylor. Leading the cheers, Jim McElwain.
You know what I liked about Taylor, that whole incident, he knew he could have reacted. He knew his teammates were watching him. He's been with this team for a long time. Highly recruited player, played with Matt Jones last year, kind of sharing the carries. He's the featured back this year, and he knew the coach signaled him out for a message to everyone, and he didn't make it bigger than himself. He kind of said, yes, sir, let's move on and let's forget about it.
New place kicker for Florida, Jorge Powell. The regular place kicker had missed his last 3, including having one blocked last week. He's only 3 of 6 for the year, and now Jorge Powell has knocked home the extra point. Fred Taylor's son. I had to get out of that quickly. Fred Taylor, a star here years ago, and his son Kelvin puts Florida on the board first. 25 on the course. It all begins with the NFL today. JB and the quartet. That's tomorrow at 12 Eastern. Presented by Southwest Airlines. Florida will kick off after that 1 minute and 41 second touchdown drive.
Started again with a first down pass. The first play of the game, it was an incomplete. This time a little dump pass, and came back with a successful running play.
Jorge Powell will kick off. Evan Berry, number 29, who had a kickoff return for a touchdown. Prominent member of the Berry family. His brother Eric got to see him last week. Eric, of course, having whipped non-Hodgkin's lymphoma and a star for the Kansas City Chiefs, was in the stands last week when his little brother, one of twins, takes a knee here. Let's go back to the big run.
If you're going to run the ball in this league, you got to block inside out. Trip Thurman and Cam Dilliard, those are the two guys that did their job in this game. And once you open the hole, that means there's area to run. And you get the one-on-one, and it's hard to stop these backs one-on-one. You got a little bit of a slip there, but when you're running inside out, the center and the guard, and that means those guys are doing the job.
Nice scene on the bench. Jim McElwain, Kelvin Taylor, adversaries for a moment 2 weeks ago. Dobbs back, a lot of time. Comes near side, it's completed for 30 to Josh Smith, number 25, another true freshman. 7-zip, nearing the 10-minute mark of the first quarter of play. Jalen Hurd, the running back. Dobbs changing the play. Plenty of time on the play clock. Stunts and a blitz and a sweep. Oh, what a nice open field tackle. That was Marcus May, number 20.
Well, this was blocked very well by Tennessee at the line of scrimmage, but one of the trademarks playing in the secondary at Florida for as long as I've been doing these games, the safeties come up and play physical football. There's been one All-American after another, and I'll tell you, May and Neal, they've got two more.
Third down 2. Rolled out by Dobbs. Turns the corner and hurls for the first down.
That'll give a message to his team right there.
I agree.
Type of effort. Yep. That's what it's going to take to get. This was a called pass, obviously, but Josh Dobbs has to be involved in the run game. No more hiding the quarterback. No more protecting. Hurd does a nice job on the outside, but sellout by Joshua Dobbs for the first down, and that gives a message to the whole bench. It's going to be all out to win this game.
Time has been called. Timeout. Now they reset the football to the 36-yard line.
Yeah, I think there was a question if the official got hit, or was whether he got his foot out of bounds before he crossed. But that was pretty fun to watch.
8:52 to go, first quarter. That's Hurd in motion to the right. Quick screen out to the right. And a good job of bottling it up as he gets to the 40. Marquez North, who is a 4-year starter. And Kamara was out there as well. It was Marquez North with the block.
You know, Tennessee that started off so big against that Oklahoma team just could not keep it going. We talked to Butch about it.
This is Kamara.
Oh, nice play. This is going to be a physical football game here. You can see the tone has been set. The specialists for Tennessee, you've seen that they know they have to take on tackles and be physical. And they have been, knocked down 3 Gators on that run. What a run.
Jared Davis and Quincy Wilson defending. It is enough for the first down as they near midfield. Dobbs right side into the flat. Oh boy, fumble. Still loose, I believe. No, they're going to say incomplete pass. Incomplete pass at the 48. Brian Poole knocked the ball out.
I thought it was very close, to tell you the truth. I thought he took a couple steps. Catches it, 1, 2. Boy, that second foot almost came down there. This is very close, and it will be replayed. I thought Kamara clearly caught the ball. 1, 2, and he turns his head. But will they even replay it? They snap it and don't even look.
Wow. That is stunning.
I thought they would have to take a look. Clearly, remember, even if the play is not stopped for us, that does not mean the replay official didn't look. He had one little bobble there.
Yeah.
It may be the little bobble as he re-caught it is what was seen. But, you know, if I'm the replay official, I got to be honest, I would have stopped it. It's such a big turnover. I would have taken a look.
3rd and 13. Dobbs steps up. He's going to be sacked for the second time. 4th down. Alex McAllister, who had 2 sacks last week.
Yes, you're right. This is elite pass rushers that Florida has from almost every direction. McAllister comes around the corner on this one and just cannot be handled by Kendrick. Kendrick gets his feet tangled up just a bit around the edge, and the speed and the size. I mean, McAllister's 6'6", right around the corner. Sharp turn.
Trevor Daniel for his second punt. First was 48 yards. This one a little higher. And a fair catch. Yes, it is. Inside the 15. That's a 51-yard punt. Nothing on the return. Well, the strength of this Florida team has been their defensive unit. Yeah. It's a Gator Edge. At 10, 9 Central only. CBS. Let's take another look.
Vern wanted to take another look at this play right here.
Oh, that arrow in my back hurts.
Oh, here we go. Pass out. Let's see if he bobbled it or not. Caught it. 1, 2. Well, this is the replay official should have been looking at, and he chose not to. And that was about as immediate as you could get on that fumble.
1st down 10. Florida with a 7-0 lead. 6:20 to go in the opening quarter of play. McGee sets up tight to the left. It's Powell in the background, in the backfield. And he gets the toss and gets out to the 20-yard line. Shy Tuttle, number 2.
Brandon Powell, playing primarily as a wide receiver this year, was a running back. Remember, the 2 backups to Taylor are both true freshmen. You know, it seems to me, Vern, that Florida does not have a go-to offensive player, which can be good and sometimes makes it difficult for the defense of not knowing exactly who to stop.
C.J. Wharton is on the field now. Across the middle, in and out of the hands of the aforementioned C.J. Wharton. 3rd and 3.
I don't know if he saw this throw. He was still past. No, he did not at all. And the ball was in the air, and he thought he was going to get it later. Jalen Reeves-Maybin was up in the air. He never even saw it.
Nope. Hit the side of the helmet, and it's 3rd down 3. DeMarcus Robinson now takes the slot position. And DeAndre Gouldsby is wide to the right. 4-man Tennessee rush behind. Oh, boy.
Double clutched it. Double clutched it. Watch his delivery here. When he was ready to throw, it was the connection between he and Callaway was not there, and he double clutched this, and then he was off balance. Starts to throw, then he stops, and then he tries to throw. Vern, when you go back to basketball, that's double clutch.
Double clutch, okay. I've seen it at the free throw line.
That's right.
Yeah,
that's right.
Usually results in an air ball like that one.
Ooh, high snap.
Johnny Townsend gets it. Cameron Sutton is the deep man to the 35, gets a block, looks for another, and he counterpunches out to the 43-yard line. Nice return. Well, last win for Tennessee in this series was 2004. What else was happening then? Saban was at LSU. George W. Bush, re-elected president. Florida had a role in all of that. I remember the best song, certainly.
Really?
On the upper right hand. Yeah, you bet. Before there was an iPod. First down 10. Jalen Hurd.
Watch a double
pass. Back to the right side. Here comes the screen. Joshua Dobbs, recipient. He's got no one between him and the goal line. Jawan Jennings, the freshman, threw the pass 58 yards.
Find a way to use Dobbs. What a great call that time by Mike DeBoer, first-year offensive coordinator. You know, I saw this play back when I was doing Michigan when Mike was the offensive coordinator. I think he hit one to Brian Greasy just like this back in the day, and Greasy didn't take it that far.
Well, here's my dollar. You got Brian Greasy into this telecast. I didn't expect that. What a pass! What a play! Aaron Medley with the extra point, and after that 58-yard wide receiver pass to Joshua Dobbs, we're tied.
The overall theme, I think, for Tennessee in this game has been exactly what we talked about in the beginning. Dobbs must be a centerpiece of this offense or they're going to have trouble. And he has been. Great call.
Ball game, 5:07 to go in the first quarter. Tennessee has tied it up. And here is Medley with the kick. This will go through the end zone. Let's look one more time at this wide receiver pass back to the quarterback.
Yeah, you can see it all the way set up perfectly. Perfect call. You go in motion. You get the whole team flowing one direction and then sneak out Dobbs the other way. Jennings catches. But look what happens over here on this side. You've got this whole area here. No gator on that whole side of the field. One quick point. Number 71 downfield, an offensive lineman, Weissman, not at all a call because the ball was thrown behind the line of scrimmage. That's legal. It's not the new one where they throw it downfield.
On first down 10 from the 25, Kelvin Taylor, who had a 57-yard run earlier in the ball game to set up a Florida touchdown. This was complete to Antonio Callaway. Tries to drag Emmanuel Mosley with him. Well, this conversation's been going on for a while.
Yep, and I know who he's talking to. Offensive coordinator is upstairs. First year, long-time coach, Mike DeBoer. That's Mike right there. I should know that. In the middle. Mike coached 97 to 99 and another stint at Michigan. He coached Brian Greasy and Tom Brady. Not bad, huh?
No, that's not bad. Not bad at all. Play action.
Yeah, nice play.
Jalen Meaves Rabin. Let's go back to New York. Adam Zucker for this Heisman Watch presented by Nissan. Thank you, Adam. And we were watching on the big screen here when Fournette had an 80-yard touchdown run negated by an illegal formation call. Across the middle, caught. Brandon Powell to the 42-yard line.
Again, one of the trademarks of a Jim McElwain offense that Doug Nussmeier is running it. Remember, he fouled him up on Alabama. Is the use of the tight ends in odd spots. It stresses the defense. They don't know exactly how to treat him. McGee splits off, and then just coming inside for an easy throw for the quarterback, you get the wide receiver Powell.
They're down 3. DeMarcus Robinson, Ahmad Fullwood, both to the left side. They toss. Come right. Does not get it. Does Kelvin Taylor. Shy Tuttle, number 2, was the first man there.
Sure was. That was a fantastic play by Tuttle, number 2, getting off the block. One of the things you can talk about is be fast, be strong, but also get off the block. At that time, he got off the block late. That time, Antonio Riles could not hold it, and that was the stop.
So it's 4th down, and Johnny Townsend is on to punt. Again, this will be his 3rd. Cameron Sutton is deep. Sutton at the 10-yard line. This one sails. Will go in to the end zone. Tomorrow on CBS, after 15 years, see how the original CSI ends. William Peterson returns for the unforgettable finale tomorrow after 60 minutes. Only CBS.
Oh, Vern, I mean, there's no doubt looking at the tapes that Butch Jones has rebuilt this Tennessee program. And it's night and day from where he started it. But we were talking to him about that Oklahoma game, obviously. That's what we do, bring up the last game.
Right.
And he goes, you know how it's usually 1 or 2 plays and it could have been a difference? He said it was 10 or 12 plays, and we didn't win any of those 10 or 12 plays, or we would have won the game.
In that game 2 weeks ago, Tennessee, here's the pass to Hurd out in the left flank. They had a 17-3 lead going into the 4th quarter, and it seemed to be such a defining game for this program, and they wilted.
Yeah, you know.
Double overtime.
Yeah, I saw a team that really wanted to get the game over.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They just wanted that game so bad, but it's a learning experience, and, you know, they might trade that one for this one.
Hurd starts right, cuts back left. Oh, look at him. What a bruiser. Out to the 37-yard line and a first down.
You think Jalen Hurd and Alvin Kamara and that offensive line is sick of hearing about 10 years of dominance in the running game. Because that time, these running backs so far in this game, Dobbs did it, Kamara did it, and now Hurd has done it. Played physical football at the line of scrimmage. You'd love that in your backs.
Quick flip out to the right side. This is Juwan Jennings, and he knows what's coming. Keanu Neal was up on top. Marcus May was the first to make contact. Those are those 2 safeties that you had mentioned.
You know, what a play by Marcus May. Sometimes it's just want to. You know, we saw that last week a little bit by Auburn. But Marcus May just wanted to make this play. On the right side, he gets off the block and makes the tackle. That's just, he wanted that tackle.
Up the middle she goes. That's going to bring up a 3rd down from the 41-yard line, and a player hurt for Florida at the 45-yard line. That looks like it's Hargraves. Yeah. It is.
And he's holding his back, isn't he? You know what's interesting? When he intercepted that pass, I was watching the tape of their game against Kentucky. When he intercepted that early pass, I was shocked to see him get tackled by Tolles, the quarterback for Kentucky. And what it told me is that he wasn't yet 100%. He's already missed a game, and I think we're still seeing the effects of a player not 100%.
Well, that injury that cost him the East Carolina game was a hamstring.
There he is at the top of your screen. I mean, that's basically nothing, right? That's basically nothing. And this is a guy who's just getting over. You know, there's one thing about an injury. It's happened to me. It's happened to everybody that plays. Once you hurt something, it always seems connected to the next injury. And it just becomes the next, the next, and the next.
I can relate to that, and I never played football.
Yeah. Well, that's another story, the age story.
Yes. True it is. DeAndre Porter has taken Hargraves' place. 3rd down, 7. Dobbs got a man open and misfires.
Yeah, it seemed to me, now we are a little ways away, but Von Pearson needs to make this play. I mean, come on, you want to win on the road. This was not that bad of a throw, was it? Let me see one more look.
No.
No, I think you got to catch that ball, right? I mean, you're an SEC scholarship guy. That's a ball you got to catch.
On 4th down, Trevor Daniel is on. This will be his 3rd punt. And he backs Callaway up. He takes it at the 7. Oh, watch out. One man to beat. He beat him. Now it's a foot race. There is a flag down. Back at the 20-yard line.
You can always tell the Florida bench was not even cheering as Callaway was running. And just one block in the back, that's all it took. I don't even know if it was necessary, but it only takes one.
Well, now we're being told that what appears to be a flag is in fact a shoe.
During the return,
It
illegal
is.
block in the back, number 9.
But there's a flag.
Penalty is half the distance to the goal. Touchdown.
There was a flag.
Oh, there was. It was clear. It was a clear block in the back. Coming right down the middle of the field on the hash. You could barely see it. It flashed by so fast that time, but it was clear, and I think everybody on the Florida bench knew it right from the start. Yep, right from behind. All you need is a little bit of a push. I think it was Pittman, number 9, who got the block, and then who threw the shoe? It was Callaway that threw the shoe.
Well, we're even. You got Brian Greasy into the telecast. I've got a shoe for a flag. So that wipes out a 63-yard punt return.
You know, I think even on that play, Pittman knew, Callaway knew that was not going to be a return, because he kind of just said, well, I might as well get out of bounds here.
Notice that too. Kelvin Taylor is the running back. They bunch the formations, come up the middle to Taylor. Todd Kelly. And let's go down to Allie and check in on Vernon Hargraves.
Thank you, Vern. Vernon is laying on his stomach on the trainer's table. They were rubbing his back. He had just recently got up from the table. They were rubbing a cream called Flexel on his lower back. I looked it up. It's a muscle relaxer. So he had some sort of lower back issue going on. It seems like they've worked it out.
I congratulate you for the depth of your preparation. You've got a medical dictionary down there. Another look.
I just think he just tweaked his back. Might have been a play earlier on that one. I think Goolsby is going to get a chop block on that call with Fred Johnson.
Chop block, number 30 and number 74 on the offense. The penalty is declined. 2nd down.
Both of the freshman tackles are in for Florida. Ivy, number 73, the 5-star, and number 74, Johnson. I think Ivy's in. Yes, they usually bring them both in at the same time. And interestingly, in that Kentucky game, in the key drive of that game, both of them were in the game.
2nd down, 7. That's Martez Ivy. Saw action last week for the first time because of an injury. The end of the first with the score 7-7. We'll return to Gainesville after this message and a word from your local station. We welcome you back to the Home Depot SEC on CBS. Back in the swamp where we're tied at 7-7 as we begin quarter number 2. Vern Lundquist, Gary Danielson, and Allie LaForce. Out of the spread, the handoff. Well, 7-7 ball game. Florida struck first. Then a gadget play of sorts for Tennessee. Any particular player that's grabbed your eye so far?
I think the two running backs, Taylor and Hurd, have been on their game. Physical play from Hurd and the ability to pick the holes by Taylor. These are the two guys that have been ready to play the most. I think the other good side for Tennessee, no turnovers. They, in this game, they've lost the turnover battle. They haven't won it in 10 years, and they've lost it 8 out of 10. So hold on to the ball, give yourself a chance, and Tennessee in the football game, 7-7.
There is a player down. It's Antonio Riles, the offensive lineman. And he is listed as the starter at right guard.
Yeah, I think he got hit by Kelvin Taylor that time. He fell right on the back of him as he's running the ball. Number 51 right there, excuse me. Tried to circle him.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. So time is taken. Riles is up. He's hobbling off without assistance. Back in a moment.
Thank you, Vern. Riles is definitely suffering from some sort of injury in his right knee. They took his knee brace off, and they're feeling around in his right knee as we speak. His face is cringing as they're pressing in the inside of his knee. I'll let you know more when I hear more.
All right. Thank you. 7-7 the ball game. 3rd down 1, Florida. Let's see what kind of move they make to take over that Riles spot at right guard. Looks like Tyler Jordan might be in there.
He's another true freshman. That means Florida has 3 true first-year freshmen. Okay, let me see. That's redundant. 3 true freshmen in the game at the same time.
I would never have corrected you. 3rd down 1. So it's Jordan for Riles along with Johnson and Ivy, the 2 tackles. And
it's close, isn't it?
Very close. Let's see. It might have gotten this.
Yeah, head linesman has it as a first down on the bottom. Got a really good spot on this. It's one of the kind of the staples of this Florida offense this year, the quick snap count on short yardage plays. They got a touchdown out of it already this year, and they like to give you that quick pitch out of it. How about that 3 freshman offensive linemen playing in the big leagues here?
In the SEC. 1st down 10. And a redshirt freshman quarterback comes near side, and that's caught by DeMarcus Robinson. 15th catch of the year. At 53 a year ago. I read something this week that indicated the disappointment with him in the first 3 games.
Yeah, and it's, you know, everybody again thought that Robinson would be one of those breakout go-to players, and like I said earlier, they don't really have one, which leaves the question, why not? Why isn't Robinson a breakout player? And it seems to me that he's getting a little tough love from the head coach.
Kelvin Taylor back on the field. On 2nd down, flip left side, Antonio Callaway, the freshman. And let's go back to New York. Adam Zucker for an Advocare update. Thank you, Adam. Last loss against it was to Louisiana Monroe, and that was in Nick Saban's first year in Tuscaloosa. Rear incomplete. I think that should have been caught. Antonio Callaway.
I think Doug Nussmeier, the offensive coordinator for Florida, is doing a good job with Will Grier early in this game. Yes, that ball should have been caught. He's giving him quick throws. He's protecting his offensive line against that fierce pass rush from Tennessee. Well, should be fierce pass rush from Tennessee.
Right.
We're wondering if Derek Barnett can make an impact. He was so big a year ago when he broke into the league. Corey Vereen, they really haven't gotten that edge, put any pressure on Will Grier.
Barnett comes from the right side. No pressure here. And the catch is made by Jake McGee, and he tiptoes up the sidelines. I think that's going to be just short of the first down at the 45.
Again, a good job by Will Grier getting his feet set, going to the #1 guy. One of the concerns that Coach McElwain and Nussmeier had about Will Grier's performance against Kentucky was, yeah, he made a lot of wild plays, but there were easier plays available, and he passed up an easy one.
Little bobble on the snap.
Timeout. I think they called timeout. Florida did not like this situation. I don't even know if they had
timeout. Florida. Their first charge timeout for the first half. Timeout.
12:24 to go. First half. Well, during the timeout, Butch Jones, he's still way out on the field at the hash mark.
Yeah, because of the timeout that McElwain called, Butch Jones has had a chance to look at the replay and say, why wasn't the spot reviewed? Okay, because it looked to me that on the play that there was a step out around the 42.5-yard line. Right there. Isn't he not out of bounds on that play? Jake McGee looks out of bounds to me there.
Yes.
And they got a real favorable spot to make it 3rd and inches. That's a huge difference.
Timeout.
Now, and you can see Butch is very upset. He got a rule. He must have got a ruling that he did not. Let's see if we can take one more look. We love to help the replay officials, don't we?
Yes,
we do.
We do.
Kind of
it's part of the job description.
This, yes.
But this one's pretty clear cut.
You think so?
Yes.
Tennessee head coach has challenged the ruling on the field, but the runner stepped out shorter of the line of game.
I think he stepped out. I don't think there's any doubt he stepped out. And what Butch is upset about is that he had to take the timeout to do it. Now, whether he, however it turns out, he thought that he was in the right, and now it's a double timeout.
Rob Skelton is the replay official.
Yeah, he challenged this, no doubt. You see that? I mean, they're looking right down there. I mean, he's got the clear vision on it.
And there's a 2.5-yard difference now between where the official spotted the ball and where McGee, it appears to us. Easy to officiate, but that seems awfully clear cut.
What I like about these replay things a lot, you don't even have to know the rules. It's just using your eyes. It's kind of fun. All right, I'm going to say he's out right there. It still doesn't, Florida's still going to have a chance to pick up the first down, but I think it's going to be a different yardage. If they start writing something down, you know it's going back.
That's right.
It'll still be the near hash, but it'll be right about the 42.5-yard line, meaning it'll be around, a long 3 yards.
Well, they seem to be writing a blue book essay here. Conversation still going on back at the 20-yard line.
And right now, the early timeout by McElwain might cost him here because, he did not either have the right formation or the right play. He called the timeout and allowed Butch Jones to take a second look.
Dave Smith is the referee, and he is conferring with Rob Skelton. Let's go back and take a look at McElwain's decision to call timeout here.
I don't know if they had an illegal formation or something, but, Coach Mack was right on the sideline and signaled timeout right away.
Well, when they call it deliberation, this is nuts.
After further review, the runner stepped out on the 42.5-yard line. It will be third down at the 42.5. Tennessee will not be charged in the timeout. They will retain their challenge.
So remember, Butch was a little upset that he had to take the timeout. Remember, he gets it back, but it's right now Coach Mack saying, why did I start that for?
Yeah.
Now, it gets to be one of those in-between downs. Are they going to run it or are they going to throw it? Let's see if that front four for Tennessee can make a play. The Florida front four has done it a few times, had one trick play that really has busted them. Can that front make a play here on 3rd and medium?
It now becomes 3rd and 3. Here comes the blitz. Greer doesn't get it. What a big challenge by Butch Jones. Corey Vereen and Derek Barnett, the two of the four you just mentioned.
Well, we exactly set that up. The two edge rushers that time just ran right into that play. A nice stunt call that time by John Jancic. He was stunting the defensive ends. They ran right into the play.
Johnny Townsend on to punt. Cameron Sutton is awaiting that punt at the 10-yard line. Cameron Sutton moves up, bobbled it. A muff. Fell on it though. Cameron Sutton with an oops. Bill right on it. Time call. Well, we thank News for the update. It's 7-7 here, and a first down 10 at the 16-yard line for the Volunteers of Tennessee.
And Vern Hargraves is back on the field.
Up the middle, Dobbs gets a block, hauled down from behind, but he moves it all the way out to the 45-yard line. Ethan Wolf with the clearing block. That's a pickup of 29 yards as Hargraves is back on the field for Florida.
And that's the longest run in this 10-year losing streak that Tennessee has had against Florida. Their longest run previous to this, twice they had 20-yard runs. That's the longest run from scrimmage in 10 years.
First down 10. Sweep to the right. It was jammed up by Jonathan Bullard initially, and a very modest gain. Now to the 46-7-yard line. Second and 8. Ouch. Keanu Neal with the tackle, a forceful one.
And I think this is exactly how the running game is going to be established by Tennessee. These are the Dak Prescott. These are the Cam Newton, the Tim Tebow runs. To run the ball against Florida, Tennessee must involve their quarterback.
Dobbs has carried it 5 times for a total of 20. There's nothing doing on 3rd down. And the ball is just inside the 47. That'll be 4th down.
Was it Brantley that time? I'm not sure. It could have been a whole host of guys that made the play, winning at the line of scrimmage.
Bullard.
And it was Brian Cox, also number 94, that made a play. And he was a monster in this game a year ago with 3 sacks. 4th down. Are they going for it, or are they faking going for it?
Looks like 4th and 1 instead of 2. They'll go. Right side. Pass. Caught. Wolf, the tight end.
How about the jump pass?
Kamara, beg your pardon.
Kamara threw the ball to Wolf. Ethan Wolf caught the ball. Kamara is going to throw the ball. How about Tennessee giving a taste of the jump pass to Florida?
Wow.
2 big-time calls by Mike DeBoer, offensive coordinator. Of course, Butch Jones had to okay both of them.
Quarterback keeper right side, stiff arm. Fumble.
It might have gone out of the end zone. That could be a touchback. Did it go out of the back of the end zone, or did he get out of bounds? Is he out of bounds? He stepped out as the ball was being fumbled, though. The ball is loose before he steps out of bounds. Oh, my.
Quick snap into the flat. Oh, boy. 4th down. Ball down. Alex Ellis with the catch.
I frankly don't understand it. I don't get why we didn't. That's a pretty darn big play. One more look. Does the ball seems to be out to me. And that's either Tennessee's ball at the half-yard line. That looked like a fumble. Or it could have gone out of the end zone.
Motion. He's back. Jalen Hurd.
Well, it's 6 points now. We're not changing that. Once the ball is snapped, it's over. Great drive by Tennessee. Started with the running quarterback for 29 yards and a jump pass on 4th down.
Tim Tebow's in the building, by the way. Extra point coming. We are given every game what is called a flip chart. And at the bottom of it, it lists today's officials. And I read directly from the flip chart. The replay official today is Rob Skelton. We were informed during a previous timeout that the replay official is Steve Landis. Apologies to the Skelton family.
Well, here goes Dobbs. This was the play, 2 plays before. To me, that looked like a clear fumble. Whether it went out of the end zone or not, the replay, the officials, it looked like it would have been Tennessee's ball at the half-yard line in the worst-case scenario. So even though it was not reviewed, it could have been on the half-yard line, but boy, I can't explain it.
Adam, thank you. It's 14-7 here. And a big play in that drive. Was it not a fumble or?
Well, first of all, this is inexcusable that this play is not reviewed and slowly and taken time here. This ball's a fumble, and it actually turned out that Tennessee should have got the ball at the half-yard line, and they ended up getting the ball at the 6. Now, that's a big difference, the 6 and the half-yard line. That ball could have gone out. It should have been looked at. There is.
Yeah.
So, you know, the ball could have gone back to the spot of the fumble, but why wasn't this looked at? I don't understand.
Brandon Powell with the return.
You can't fumble it forward. I get that. It goes back to the spot, but why we didn't take a peek at that? That was because I didn't see that was being really, really close. Oh, well, touchdown Tennessee.
14-7. 8:13 to go. Two wide receivers wide to the right. Robinson, one of them. Across the middle. At the 35. It sure was. That's Antonio Callaway on the receiving end.
Callaway in the slot was the way they opened up the game. And this time, right down the middle.
Looks like a flag. The flag.
Holding on the defense, number 34. That penalty is declined. Result of the play, first down.
So Butch Jones has kind of really got everything going his own way here right now, don't you think? 4th down calls, trick plays, fumble that goes out of bounds, comes back to the 6, jams it in there. I mean, that could have just easily hit out of bounds. It could have just as easily hit a Florida player. Everything is rolling Tennessee's way right now.
Including the challenge that they won. Here's Greer. Almost picked off.
That was great coverage that time by Malik Foreman, number 13, coming across. Coming across the field, Foreman cuts across, gets inside of it, does a nice job of not grabbing the receiver that time and making the play.
Callaway originally committed to Miami, then reversed course and wound up signing with the Gators, number 81.
Again, the 2 tight ends at the bottom of the screen down here.
Toss. Taylor slips the first tackle and then is hit out of bounds Jalen Reeves-Maben with the tackle. Well, comparison between the two QBs.
Well, it's been the running yards. I mean, that's been the big difference here so far. I'm not surprised. Of course, the reception wasn't bad by Joshua Dobbs, catching a pass for a touchdown. So it's been a different way of using their quarterback. And now you got to be careful if you're Florida. You still have a redshirt freshman quarterback, and this is a fierce pass rush for Tennessee. Can they make a play on defense?
They're down 12. Got a man open. Nice, nifty move, but he's going to be a yard or two short. That's Brandon Powell, number 4.
Yeah, and this would be a big gamble right here. I don't think McElwain will go for this. It's 4th and 2.5 at least. Good throw, decent protection. Powell gets everything he can out of it. Tennessee's going to force a punt.
Johnny Townsend comes on. Jim McElwain in his first year, succeeding Will Muschamp, longtime offensive coordinator for Nick Saban, and most recently the head coach at Colorado State, where he had a wonderful stay. 4th down 2. Timeout. Tennessee.
Tennessee might have been short a guy there.
4th and 2. We'll be running the guys in the studio. Lots to talk about here in the quarter turn of the 2015 season. Will Grier, they're coming back on. Will they go for it? 4th down and 2.
Well, last time I said they might call a delay a game type of play. And what'd they do? Jump pass?
Yes. Yes. On 4th and 2. Play action. Grier rolling right, finds his tight end. That is Jake McGee. And it's a 1st down, Florida.
Well, both coaches have taken advantage of the other coach calling a timeout. Remember earlier when McElwain had 4th and inches, he takes a timeout, and Butch Jones goes, hey, I want another look at that, and ended up getting a stop. This time, it's in a punt situation. McElwain says, let's go for it. And he ends up getting a 1st down when he would have punted the play before. Double pass.
Yes, there it is. Right side, incomplete. That was...
Jalen Reeves-Maben did a great job of reading that play. One of the best football players on the field. Reeves-Maben sees the player and does not allow the Florida Kelvin Taylor to get any space on him. Beautiful job by one of the best football players we have in this conference, Jalen Reeves-Maben.
Wide receiver pass. It was an emulation of the successful play that Tennessee ran earlier. That was Alvin Bailey who threw it. 2nd down. Grier mix up on the pattern. Callaway turned and bolted to the right, and Grier overthrew him by a good 6 yards.
Remember when we talked about in the open, Vern, about the defensive lines taking advantage of the offensive lines. Again, 2 freshmen in the game right now. Might even be 3 if I don't get a look at it. No, actually, Antonio Riles is back in the game. But 2 true freshmen in there and pretty good protection.
3rd down 10. Grier with time overthrows McGee. Is there a flag? There is not a flag. It's Jalen Reeves-Maben again defending.
Yeah, that was really good coverage again by Maben. 2 huge plays by Maben. You get the fake punt on that play, come back and get him on a 3 and out after the fake punt. Good defense by Tennessee.
Well, 4th down 10. Townsend is on now to punt. Cameron Sutton is deep at the 10. Florida now 1 of 7 on 3rd downs. This one fair catch, call for, taken at the 14-yard line. Now time to take a look at our Home Depot tools for success. With more, here is Allie LaForge.
Guys, Josh Dobbs' future may be sky high, but for now, he's staying grounded. As an aerospace engineering major, take a look at his class schedule, even during football season. So how does he get to all of these classes on time and play football? Well, Dobbs did his research and discovered that he walked 4.1 miles a day to and from class. So he insisted that he ride in style on his own hoverboard, of course. At first, the coaches didn't want him to risk injury, but the team nutritionist thought it would be helpful to save his legs and maintain his current weight.
All right, here's Dobbs across the middle. Is that a completed catch?
I don't
Marcus
think so.
May with the hit. Incomplete.
Yeah, I don't think so. Marcus May does a great job of passing off one receiver to the inside and turning around and looking for the crossing receiver coming from the opposite direction. Great defense, great zone defense that time, and that one hurt a bit.
Marquez North was the recipient of that blow from Marcus May. Second down and 10. Now Alvin Kamara. Dobbs designed run, spin move, gets a great block on the edge. Oh, brother! Here's Dobbs, foot race down the sidelines, hold out of bounds at the 25-yard line.
He ran out of one tackle that time. I think it was Antonio Morrison, number 3, had him dead to rights in the hole. When Morrison missed him, he was off to the races, and luckily Brian Poole was able to cut him off. But the quarterback, besides throwing the ball, has been the story of the first half for Tennessee.
Here's the Jalen Hurd run. That block, by the way, was thrown by Coleman Thomas, the right tackle. And what a blow he delivered. Dobbs now with 99 yards rushing and 58 yards receiving. The passing yards have been inconsequential. A 62-yard run on that play. Sweep. Not much there. Jalen Hurd is popped by Keanu Neal, number 42.
See it right at the end, cleaned up. Antonio Morrison's there, but Neal comes up and finishes him off.
3rd and 10. Player down for Florida at the 27. Jordan Sherritt, number 17. Backup defensive tackle is the injured player. Time has been called back in the swamp after this. By 7, Jalen Hurd and Alvin Kamara on either side of Dobbs. Now they spread out. Hurd way to the top of the screen. Florida is bringing 4. Dobbs takes off. Trips and falls. He's going to be short of the first down at the 15-yard line. Now what do you do?
Well, he's been rolling the dice, has Butch Jones, all game, but we'll see here. Quarterback draw, as you called it. Exactly what it was. Dobbs weaves around. He's over 100 yards rushing in the first half of this football game. He has been the wild card. He's been playing like Dak Prescott in the first half of this game.
Aaron Medley is on to try the field goal. He's not a sure thing. He's 4 of 7. This is 34 yards, if successful, his longest of the season. It is up, and it is good. And Tennessee's lead is 10. Well, Gary said at the onset of the afternoon, they might want to put this on Joshua Dobbs' shoulder. The Late Show with Stephen Colbert. Don't miss special guest First Lady Michelle Obama, plus Mindy Kaling and John Legend, Monday on The Late Show. .313 to go, first half. Aaron Medley will kick off. And Brandon Powell back to return for the Gators. This one returnable. Brandon Powell at the goal line. Nice move. Well, Joshua Dobbs, what's he done today?
Well, it started off with him catching a pass from the wide receiver back to Kim. Perfectly set up for a touchdown. Then the old inside quarterback run. This kind of changed the game right here. It went from there, another design run. When you have your quarterback running for over 100 yards in the first half, that big bugaboo for Tennessee that they could not run the ball has been solved. Solved by the quarterback running it.
First down 10 from the 30. Florida has 2 timeouts remaining.
And remember, Tennessee gets the ball to start the second half. Huge drive.
Deep left side. That was.
Did he have one foot in? Yes, he did.
Antonio Callaway.
That's the definition of a back shoulder throw right there. Perfect coverage on that one. Sutton had no idea, Cameron Sutton, that the ball was even thrown, and Callaway catches it, 1 foot down.
Gain of 17, first down at the 47. Kelvin Taylor. Or Troy Lewis, number 4, with the tackle. You were commenting here, you like these uniforms Tennessee's wearing.
Yeah, I think they look great this year. Got a nice V in the front, little checkerboard on the back of the stripe.
Right.
I love them in whites. I love when they're all white.
Well, you see the last 10 meetings, Tennessee, and here's Florida moving again. That's a first down.
Well, let's give this one back-to-back plays to this offensive line. Remember, in spring football, they had a shortage of offensive linemen. There was a question if they could even find enough guys to play. Well, a couple of freshmen have come through. Mason Halter and David Sharp are playing good football. We already pointed out what Thurman and Dillard did early in the game. So a couple of big runs up the middle against a great defense for Tennessee.
First down 10. Snap just a little bit high. And Greer takes off, gets a block, spins to the 40-yard line. There, Kirkland with the tackle.
Well, Will Greer was a highly sought-after quarterback. Of course, when you're being recruited by the SEC, that's probably all of them. Came here, redshirted 1 year, coaching change, comes in, wins the co-starting job from Harris, and then ends up, looked like started all last week, and he's here today.
Oh, boy!
Yep.
Picked off.
Can't do that.
Ladero McNeil back after fearing that his career was over before the season began.
Yeah, this is a mental mistake. You've got to see that safety and control that safety. And you just lay that ball up inside the numbers like this, this is one that you're going to get picked off. Pretty easy interception by a veteran safety, and McNeil's been around the league for a long time. As soon as the ball was let go, I said, uh-oh, you knew it was going to be an interception. A huge play by that Tennessee defense, and the story has been, remember, it's been Tennessee. Butch Jones's team in 2 years has turned the ball over 9 times against Florida. So far, they get the turnover.
And they'll get the ball to open the second half. And after the Darrell, oh, brother, look at John Bullard. Had 2 sacks last week. This is a tackle for loss on a running play.
I think Florida should take a timeout here. I'm surprised they haven't. They've got 2 timeouts left. Oh, there goes Jim McElwain just called it. Bullard, sometimes he's unblockable up front. He makes plays whether he's defensive tackle or defensive end, but I think it's a good timeout there by McElwain.
Loss of 5, second down and 15. 1:04 to go first half. Monday, don't miss the breakup of the century. It's a new Big Bang Theory Monday at 8, 7 Central, only CBS.
Officials called forward progress at that ball at the 5.5. Bullard had him and looked like he was trying to get free, but forward progress was called at the 5.5. That's why the spot is there.
Hurd goes left, gets out near the 9.5 to the 10.
I'm sure Tennessee will run the ball with Florida being out of timeouts as they take their second. They'll run the ball on 3rd down, pull off 40 seconds, and probably have to punt the ball under 20 seconds to go in the half.
For Tennessee.
Yeah, I think they're going to concede this. I think they're going to run the ball and take the 40 seconds off the clock.
And it's done. Here's Hurd. Tackle for a loss back at the 9-yard line.
It's going to be right around 11 and 12 seconds when they have to snap the ball.
Marcus May with that tackle. Had a good ball game. Had a good game last week.
Yeah, both safeties, actually all the safeties. Tennessee safeties. I actually consider Reeves-Maben a hybrid safety, to tell you the truth. He's all over the field.
4th and 9. Trevor Daniel has been a weapon not only in this game but all year. This will be his 4th punt. He's averaging 50.7 in this game. For the season, he's above 47 yards.
Well, on this one, it's catch and kick, because obviously Florida is going to go after this punt.
I see a lot of cleat marks in the middle of the field. Chopped up. 4th down 9. Clock shows 13 seconds to go.
Oh, great punt.
Yes, it was. Callaway with an over-the-shoulder catch. 5 seconds to go.
Beautiful punt. Daniel had a great punting game against Oklahoma, pinned back Oklahoma the whole game, just the way he did that one. One step, hit it, and he angled it, and there's nothing that Callaway could do with that one.
Well, this is what's called a segue after that 56-yard punt. Aerial coverage provided by Goodyear. For 60 years, Goodyear has provided aerial coverage of college football's greatest traditions and biggest rivalries.
Well, that score, 17 points by Tennessee. I mean, Tennessee fans, it looks familiar the way it was with Oklahoma. Remember, they get the ball to come out, and it was a second-half meltdown on offense. Let's see if they can find some offense in the second half of this game against the Florida defense.
Kelvin Taylor, final play, first half. Joshua Dobbs, terrific first half. He rushed for 107. He caught a pass for 58. Let's go down to Allie LaForce, who's with Jim McElwain.
Coach, a couple of creative play calls have given Tennessee the edge. The 58-yard pass to Dobbs and the jump pass that led to the score. How can you be better prepared for those?
Well, you know, it's something we worked all week, and sure enough, you know, they get us different types, but we knew they'd have to do something like that, so that's something we expected. And yet at the same time, what we've got to do is control the ball offensively and go stick it in the end zone.
Thank you, Coach.
You bet.
Allie, thank you. That's the end of the first half. 17-7. Tennessee with a lead. And they get the ball to open the second half. Now let's go to Adam Zucker in our New York studio. To the Home Depot SEC on CBS. We are at Ben Hill Griffin Stadium, affectionately known by Gator fans as the Swamp, as we begin the start of the third quarter. Moments ago, Allie LaForce with Butch Jones.
Coach, creative play calling ended up being the difference in that first half. Is that something we can expect to see more of in the second half?
Well, we just talked about momentum plays, and we're going to need some more momentum plays in this game. They're a great defense. They overflow, but we have to get some things sustained. The whole key for us is just staying on schedule and then defensively not giving up a big play.
Thank you, Coach.
Allie, thank you. And as we mentioned going into the break, Tennessee won the opening coin toss, deferred, so they will get the ball to open the third quarter. By the way, the last time Tennessee led Florida in this series goes back to 2003. They were up at the half and they wound up winning 24-10. They won on James Wilhoit's field goal the next year, and they've not defeated Florida since. Jorge Powell will kick off. This one will chase Evan Berry over to the right side, and he will let it go. Touchback. Well, beginning of the third, back before the ball game, you pointed out that the need for Josh Dobbs to come through.
Yeah. You know, the Gator defense has held the tailback position. Kamara and Hurd, 15 attempts for 41 yards. But the quarterback is over 100 yards rushing. But get this, other players have thrown the ball more than Dobbs has passed. These stats are crazy. All I'll say is Butch Jones is right. It's been the gimmick plays. It's what he calls the momentum plays that have been in the difference in the game. And Florida's going to have to find a way to get more offense. They've run the ball okay, but they need way more.
Look at the pursuit from the corner, and then look at Jalen Hurd. Wow. Wonderful run to open the third quarter. He almost got caught behind the line.
Yeah, maybe three guys missed him on this play. I mean, it was just, first it was Poole, and then he runs through inside. He runs through Jared Davis on the play, and then he gets to the outside, and I think it's Neal had a shot at him. Three people misjudged Hurd's speed on that play.
Well, Bullard came across the line. Weissman hit the deck on his back.
Yeah. I think Bullard thinks he was offsides.
Offside, defense, number 90.
Yes.
5-yard penalty, first down.
Just his body language. He wasn't pointing at anybody. He was just turning around and going, well, maybe I could get this. So you got wide receivers and running backs who've thrown more for the quarterback, and the quarterback who's run more than the tailbacks.
I understand it. Right side, it's Hurd again. This time, three men surround him. Gary, take us through first half trim.
Well, I'm sure it's going to say a little bit of what I just said there. He threw pass for 24 yards, rushed for 107, and caught one pass for 58. Will Grier has been, I think, above average, don't you think, in this game? It's been the big plays. I think Florida would have taken those stats, and, of course, the trick plays is the difference.
Trick plays being a wide receiver pass for a TD and a jump pass from the running back, which reminded all of us who've done games here back 8 or 9 years ago of a certain number 15.
And the turnover. In the 10-year run, Tennessee has never won the turnover battle in this game. They've tied a couple times, but they've never won the turnover battle.
They lead right now 17-7, and they're looking at a second down and 8. It's Alex Ellis, a backup tight end, who comes to the right, up the middle. Dobbs. Keanu Neal with the tackle.
Well, neither team has been successful on third down. Both have been 1 for 7 in the first half. As Tennessee and Mike DeBoer call this, is it close to 4-down territory? Is this another quarterback run? Interesting call.
Preston Williams is on the field, wide top of the screen. He had 3 big catches last week. True freshman. Here's Dobbs. Tries to get it to the left. Does miss tackle. This is Kamara, and he scoots down the sideline for a first down.
Well, this was defended perfectly. You cannot have a better defensive call than the Gators had on this. You've got the blitz. McMillan, number 13, has his guy man-to-man. Another missed tackle. And so far, Florida has been misjudging the quickness of Jalen Hurd. Jalen's 6'4". Well, excuse me, that's Kamara that time. Big guy, too, but that time he misjudged Kamara, and it's been missed tackles so far in this drive.
So give it off to Kamara
They
again.
missed that one, did they?
No, he did not. Gee whiz. Jared Davis, number 40. Well, Kamara, we mentioned earlier, they go with a quick count. Second down. Into the flat. That one not good. Alvin Kamara, junior college last year in his first year with Tennessee. And last year, rushed for a touchdown. Last week, I beg your pardon. The only other Tennessee player to rush for a TD and a punt return in the same game? That's our Aflac trivia question. 3rd and 9. 4 wides. Dobbs retreats. Will take off. Looks for a downfield block. He's down at the 18-yard line. That will be short. It's not even to the 18. It's just inside the 19. Alex McAllister got him.
Well, this was going to be another screen right here. This time a middle screen. Florida again defends it. And this time Joshua Dobbs on his own gets around the corner and makes it into 4th and short, where it looks like Butch Jones is at least lining up for a field goal here.
Aaron Medley will kick it. Patrick Ashford is the holder. This is from 37 yards. He's 1 for 1 in this ball game. Now he's 2 for 2.
Successful drive. They ran the ball. They hit a 3rd down play, their second of the game, on a screen pass. And Dobbs has his Florida defense off balance.
The last 14, and they have been closely contested.
Well, one of the most inspirational players, Vern, on this Florida team has been Antonio Morrison. Had the knee injury, fought back to get in. Here it looks like he might have gotten dinged in a helmet-to-helmet with both Joshua Dobbs and maybe one of his own teammates on the play. Have to keep an eye on him because he did come out and look woozy there.
Allie LaForce indicates that Morrison was taken to the locker room, and she'll update us as soon as there's more information. 20-7, 11:07. A successful opening drive for the Volunteers. Here's Powell. He will bring it out from 3 yards into the end zone. Goes right, looks for blocking help, and doesn't get much. There's a flag thrown from up near the 35-yard line. Another deliberation by this group.
During the return, holding number 8 on the receiving team. Penalty is half the distance to the goal. First down.
Well, Jim McElwain, first year as a head coach here, he's taken a circuitous path.
He sure has. You know, you start out in the Northwest, and he has been just about everywhere, crisscrossing the country. And, you know, you just don't get the Florida job. You work your butt off. You become a head coach, an assistant coach, an offensive coordinator, and then you earn your way to be a head coach here in the SEC. Jim has put his footprint down. He knows realtors all over the country.
Yes, he does.
If you need a card on a good realtor, call Jim McElwain.
Well, he's originally from Helena, Montana. Oh, there's a missed tackle that would have gone for a loss. And Kelvin Taylor moves out to the 13-yard line. Javen Reeves-Maven.
Yep, in the backfield again.
Yeah, one more time. He was the one who missed the tackle this time, however.
Let's just wonder.
Look at these guys. Now, they were told, we got 2 tickets for you if you want to come and watch the Vols play. Of course, you're going to be awash in a sea of blue. Oh, dear. Catch made, tackle missed. That was DeMarcus Robinson.
DeMarcus was only targeted 3 times in the Kentucky game, and a lot of those are on wide receiver screens. You know, he was a breakout player for Florida a year ago. I know they say he's in the doghouse, and perhaps he is. You know, I mean, if you don't work hard in practice, you don't deserve the ball. But I can tell you, the Florida football team needs his athleticism to beat Tennessee.
Callaway and Powell on the bench, 3rd and short. This is for 1 yard. Kelvin Taylor finds the opening at right tackle and has a Florida first down.
Unbalanced line here, and I thought Corey Vereen is going to make this play, number 50, coming right inside. Watch him attack and get inside right away. Oh, man, that could have been holding on Florida as well. But he got in the backfield, and then Taylor made a miss on a first down pickup.
9:28 to go, 3rd quarter, 20-7. Tennessee trying to break a 10-year losing streak. Play action. Greer. He's got McGee, but McGee's well covered, and Greer is tackled for a loss. Corey Vereen was the first one there, and then Kirkland, number 34, the true freshman.
Will Greer knows this. He knows it right now. Unfortunately, he didn't know this as the play was going on. It's a first down call. If it's not there, help the coach out. Get rid of it and make it 2nd and 10. You know, he's had 2 big mistakes in this game. One where he didn't hold the safety, and now right there where he didn't get rid of the ball. And now 2nd and 20. You know, you got a coaching staff that's going to feel a little bit nervous allowing number 7 to make a big mistake here inside the 15-yard line.
Callaway's near side. He's in the slot right now, number 81. 4-man rush for Tennessee. Greer from the backside eludes a tackle. Stiff arm to the 25. He's going to be way short of the first down.
Yeah, he showed why he was recruited there. He's a physical guy, great competitor, got out of the pocket. He did it numerous times earlier in this game. In the Kentucky game and in this game, but it's a little more dangerous in this game, Vern. No backup quarterback. You said that in the open.
Injured player down, Derek Barnett, one of the standout defensive linemen for the Volunteers. Yes,
they've already lost Kurt Magid, their other outside edge rusher.
Barnett getting medical attention, and time has been called.
Got hit by his own player that time.
Yeah. Windows. And by Sonic. Now statues of the 3 Heisman winners just outside Ben Hill Griffin Stadium. There are no retired numbers here. Number 7 was worn by Danny Werfel. Number 15 by a guy named Tebow, and it proves that you can be replaced by a guy. This is Jacob Guy.
Well, somebody's wearing the jersey. Big, huge play here, too, for the number 7 that's out there. Werfel went 4-0 against Tennessee.
That's right.
Right now, it's not looking good.
3rd down, 7. 3 wides to the right side. 4-man Tennessee rush. They're stumping. And Greer is in trouble. Eludes a tackle, and then he's caught from behind. What a nice play by Kyle Phillips, number 5.
It also was great coverage that time. Will Greer, remember on first down I said he should have thrown it away? Well, this time you can't really throw it away on 3rd down. You try to make a play, you try to get a first down, but just could not get away from the outstretched hand of Kyle Phillips.
Johnny Townsend has had a terrific afternoon. This is his 6th punt. He's averaging 48.6. And Cameron Sutton.
Wasn't pretty, but it was effective.
Yes.
Well, I think the Florida defense has their biggest drive of the game right now. They cannot afford to give up any more points to Tennessee.
20-7. Midway through the 3rd quarter. Volunteers We welcome you back to Gainesville, 20-7, first down and 10. And let's cue the duck and bring you up to date on the answer to the Aflac trivia question, which was Alvin Kamara with a punt return and a rush TD in the same game. Who was the only other Tennessee player to accomplish that? Pretty good name. Pretty good player. Stanley Morgan, all the way back in 1975. First down 10. Antonio Morrison is back on the field. That is great news for Florida. And this is even better news. Yeah.
See, this is the type of plays that happened to Tennessee against Oklahoma in the second half. A lot of negative plays on first down. Florida had an opportunity to make a negative play there, and they've got a face mask right on the play when they had it stopped.
There is no foul on the play for a face mask.
It looks like they're going to say he had him by the helmet and not the face mask. Let's take another look at it. See, because it looked from up here like he had it. The flag went out. And it looked like, I don't know, maybe he had it by the ear hole and the edge of the helmet, but
index finger was in the ear hole.
Yeah, it was not. It was called, so that's a big negative play for the Florida defense.
Here's Dobbs on second down. Popped. Fumble. Picked up, and here we go, Florida.
Calling him down there.
Brian Cox Jr., and they're saying
they're calling it a fumbled recovery, but down at the spot. Remember, if you recover it and your knee is down, you're down right there.
Now the boos as they realize what the call is going to be. Here's Dobbs.
Loses the ball clearly.
Knee is down.
Knee is down.
Yep.
Yes, that's the call. Perfect call that time. Of course, you know, in NFL, you could pick that up and run with it, but he was down as he made
the previous
Brian
play
Cox.
is under further review. The ruling on the field is a fumble.
The further review now will look to just make sure his knee was on the ground, but I think they got this one right. So the Florida defense answered. We asked, could the Florida defense do the second half type of dominance like Oklahoma did to Tennessee, and so far they've started out that way.
Well, Dobbs with a mistake.
Tennessee in this game has averaged nearly 3 turnovers a game. Over the 10 years, they've been dominated 27-13 in turnovers by Florida. 9 turnovers in 2 games by Butch Jones's last 2 teams.
Another look at Cox, who forced the fumble and then recovered the ball, but
perfect call.
Yeah, knee is clearly down. First turnover in this game for Tennessee.
Now let's see if that Tennessee defense can get the answer.
And another deliberation taking place at the far 20.
I think right now they know it's Florida's ball. They're getting the exact yard line, and it looks like it's going to be the 30-yard line.
After further review, the ruling on the field is confirmed. Fumble. First down, Florida.
So, Vern, what is Doug Nussmeier and Jim McElwain dial up here? Do they go back to the running back, Taylor? They've had some success going to the tight ends, Jake McGee, but they come out here with for at least 5 split receivers all over the field.
Yes, empty backfield, 3 wides to the right side. Here's Greer, incomplete. Nope. Callaway. Well, in their last 2 matchups, Tennessee and Florida have been aided by the play of backup quarterbacks. Tyler Murphy stepped in for Jeff Driscoll, led the Gators to a 31-17 win, and last year Treon Harris, who came on late in Florida's 10-9 win. And now Greer has no real backup since Harris was suspended for this game. Handy off Taylor, couple of yards. Todd Kelly Jr. was the first man there, number 6.
You know, again, good penetration. That time it was Mixon, number 40, that got in the backfield and forced Taylor to make one more move before Kelly cleaned it up. Florida badly needs. You know, I mean, when you look at this, though, you know, they also, a field goal would not, you know, they got a turnover now. They got to come away with points on this. Very interesting call here for Florida. 3rd down 6.
Callaway and Powell are the 2 wide receivers to the right. That is Jake McGee, who sets up tight right. Greer off his back foot, too high, incomplete, 4th down. Intended for DeMarcus Robinson.
A little bad body language, you know, a little frustrated body language for the Florida receivers. You saw it on 1st down with the missed throw on the screen. Here, I think Will Greer got fooled by the coverage. He was going to try to throw a quick hitch, but Sutton was baiting him on the play, and he's lucky he just tossed it away.
This is the first career field goal attempt ever for Jorge Powell. It comes from 42 yards out. Timeout, Tennessee. Austin Hardin had been the field goal kicker for the Gators. He missed his last 3. One of them was blocked. So Jorge Powell will attempt the field goal when we come back. 20-7, Tennessee leads. The field goal attempt forthcoming for Jorge Powell from 42 yards out. This follows the fumble recovery by Brian Cox at the 30-yard line. 4th down 6.
Let's go, Gators!
And look,
comes the offense back on the field.
Leave Jorge Powell on the sideline.
Didn't surprise Tennessee. They have their first unit defense out there.
4th down 6. That's Powell in motion to create 3 wide to the right. Rear back. Slant pattern caught at the 10, at the 5. It's Brandon Powell. 1st down goal. Florida.
What a wonderfully set up play here. Well designed and executed by Florida. He goes out in the flat, baits it, and then delays to come back. This would not work without good protection up front. It takes a while, sells it, and comes back in on the angle play. That is a perfect job that was worked on strongly in practice. I think the coaches felt good about it, obviously, and that was another 4th down call in this game.
Gain of 21, 1st and goal. Kelvin Taylor, touchdown, Gators.
Let's give a lot of credit to that offensive line that had so many question marks going into this season. They had the great pass protection on the 3rd, 4th down play, and then David Sharp and Thurman just cleaned out that left side. A wonderful job by an offensive line. A lot of Gator fans was wondering were even good enough to compete against anybody. There was doubts that he didn't have enough guys when the season started.
Powell for the extra point. And Kelvin Taylor has now rushed for an even 100 yards and 2 touchdowns.
It's been the timeouts by the other coaches that have produced the key decisions in this football game. A 4th down plays by 3 different times in this game, and it's always been the result of the opposing.
It's the only banner I've seen on any wall. Work 'em silly, Gators. The rest of it, just the enthusiasm of this predominantly blue fan base. And the kick. Evan Berry. He scored on an 88-yarder last week. Jorge Powell saved a ton of yardage.
Sure did. That could have gone to the house. Berry takes it on the run and gashes it. That was a great tackle because that one's going to go, could have gone all the way.
37-yard return, first down at the 40. Jalen Hurd is the running back. Two receivers, top of the screen, play fake, Dobbs. Well, he's got a man wide open, and it goes right through his hands. Josh Smith, number 25.
Well, they baited the wide receiver screen that time, and Smith does the wheel route, and Dobbs would like to have this one over. Wide open. If he lays that into him, he's catching and running. You know, yes, Vern, you're right, could have come up with it, but if he puts that one on the numbers, Smith is running.
Dobbs designed run all the way. Caught and dropped at the 42. Joey Ivy, number 91.
Yeah. Good to see Antonio Morrison back in the football game, number 3 as well. Morrison turns it back in right here, and Ivy makes the play. Ivy bounces off inside, gets rid of his blocker, and cleans it up.
Alvin Kamara is on the field now. 3rd and 9. The Tennessee lead is 6. Five wide. Dobbs, quarterback draw. Can't get loose. 4th down. Jonathan Bullard, number 90.
Give that one to Jeff Collins, defensive coordinator for Florida. You got to know his MO is to blitz, attack, and play man-to-man coverage. On this 3rd and long, he went zone. They spied for the quarterback. They were ready for the quarterback draw. A great defensive call by Jeff Collins. Jeff in his first year here, if you remember the name, he coordinated at Mississippi State a year ago.
4th down, 13. Trevor Daniel. This one taken at the 17-yard line. Callaway. Very close. 46-yard punt, 13 on the return. And a reminder that before we leave the air, we'll present the Napa Play of the Game presented by Napa Auto Parts. That's a little later down the line.
Well, it looked like the Tennessee defense had gotten off the field. They had produced, you know, maybe a bad throw by Will Greer on 1st down, a great disguised defense on 3rd down. Looked like a field goal try. The defense is feeling good about themselves, and all of a sudden, it's 7 points the other way. This Tennessee defense needs to answer this little push by Florida.
Taylor in motion wide right. Greer goes deep. Had him by a stride or two. DeMarcus Robinson, number 11. It was Corey Vereen who applied the pressure. 2nd down, 10 from the 30.
That's about a half a yard in front of him. Yep. Decent throw, decent coverage.
Greer now 12 of 23 for 142. Blitz from the corner. They hand it off, and the blitzer got the tackle at the 31-yard line.
The hardest thing for an offense is that 3rd level blitz, and that time Brian Randolph just hit it perfectly.
Now let's go down to Allie LaForce.
Thank you, Vern. Derek Barnett from Tennessee left the game. His right knee was bothering him. They felt around him there for quite some time. They finally decided to put a brace on the right knee, and now he's up and jogging.
Thanks, Allie. 3rd down, 9. 3:20 to go, 3rd quarter. And again, an empty backfield, 3 wides to the right side. 2 to the left. Stunts defensively. Greer forced to the right. Freelances. He throws it away. And winds up favoring that right arm.
I think it's Chris Weathers right here, number 42, is going to be the spy on the play. He goes, takes a step in, and then he's got the quarterback. It's a 3-man rush, and he runs down Greer, gets out of the pocket, and as long as it crosses the line of scrimmage, it's not intentional grounding.
On 4th down, here is the punt. A little bit of pressure coming. Yeah, a lot of pressure. Look at this punt. Kamara. What a beauty. 61-yard punt, 22 on the return. Alvin Kamara with the return.
Well, you know, he almost outkicked his coverage on this one. And when Kamara, I mean, I remember back, we did a lot of Alabama games, his true freshman season when he was redshirted that year. He was a scout team running back there. And that's a true freshman right there. That's a young freshman. Allie, could you go over his class schedule for me?
Awesome. First down 10. Up the middle. This is Jalen Hurd. Oh, look from overhead. Aerial coverage provided by Goodyear. For 60 years, Goodyear has provided aerial coverage of college football's greatest traditions and biggest rivalries. 2nd and 6. Up the middle to Hurd. It's going to be 3rd and 1. Nice second effort. Taven Bryan makes the tackle.
Yeah, Taven Bryan from, Wyoming. How can that happen? There he is. Freshman football player. Talk to the coaches, he might, get this, be their fastest lineman. And he's strong as an ox. Isn't that what he said?
Yeah, that's right. 3rd and 1. Tennessee holds a 6-point edge. Hurd left. Oh, it's close. No, how about the second effort?
He was. Had a corner blitz that time. Vernon Hargraves was coming off the edge in a run blitz. And I'll tell you, Hurd has not put 150 yards in this game, but he has been impressive. There's the corner blitz from the side. You can see it. Everybody will slant to the right side of the top of the screen. And running through the new Neal's tackle is supposed to be one of the big hitters on this football team. Great effort by Hurd.
Kamara takes his spot. It's Ellis, the backup tight end. And Kamara up over left guard. Well, among the longest, you know what happened last week. Florida went to Kentucky and extended that to 29 straight wins. Florida has defeated Tennessee. That's the 3rd longest active streak in the SEC.
Well, I think Tennessee thinks the streak may keep going if they don't find a little passing game. They lost it in the second half against Oklahoma, and they second-guessed themselves about not throwing the ball a little bit more. Are they going to continue to try to just rely on the running game?
Well, Dobbs is 6 for 12 for 33 yards. And he's got a 3rd and 3 here.
Tennessee's got a lead, and Florida says, yeah, I remember it was 9-0 last year in the 4th quarter. Both teams feeling pretty good about themselves.
Quarter expires. We have reached the end of 3 in the Swamp. The Volunteers lead the Gators 20-14. We'll get to Gainesville after this message and a word from your local station. And one of the traditions here at the University of Florida, at the end of 3, the crowd sings "We Are the Boys." Third down 3 as we start the fourth. Vern Lundquist, Gary Danielson, Alley the fourth. Florida, 2 of 11. Tennessee not much better, 3 of 11 in the ball game. Blitz coming. Dobbs rolls away from it. Pulls up, he'll scramble, and he has got the first down.
That has to be the 4th time, at least in this game, that Florida has had to play defensed. And an athletic play. One time it's Hurd, twice, 2 or 3 times it's Joshua Dobbs. I mean, that is a defended play that picks up a first down. What a play by Joshua Dobbs.
From the 47, first down, they'll come left side on the ground. And that seems a little repetitive. Tennessee on the ground.
They've rushed for more than 200 yards in this game. They've done a lot of things right. They haven't had a penalty in the football game. A lot of things going well. They only lead by a little bit. And the fourth quarter has been dominated in the past by Florida. Tennessee has got some demons. It was 17-3 against Oklahoma. They need to learn to finish the game. Can they do it?
This is Hurd to the 40. And let's go back to New York for this Ford update. Adam, thank you. Third down. Dobbs, stiff arm. He fights for, he broke a tackle. Now he's got help, and he is knocked out of bounds at the 11-yard line.
Well, this should have been stopped in the backfield, and that's the feeling by the Gator fans. Antonio Morrison had Joshua Dobbs stopped on the quarterback draw. Watch him come off the edge, unblocked, shakes right through number 1 tackle, gets into the secondary, and not wrapped up. 2 guys, 1 guy going for a knockout blow. I think it was Canoe Neal. And on the edge, Vernon Hargraves going to rip the ball free instead of wrapping up the quarterback. You know, it's good to go those rip plays. I get it. But first things first, you got to wrap up.
There is a flag, gain of 28 if it stands.
During the run, illegal block in the back, number 25 on the offense. Penalty is 10 yards from the spot of the foul. Still results in a first down for Tennessee.
The ball's going to come back. Well, watch. Antonio Morrison's going to come off the edge, ready to make it. And the ability right here for your safety to come down and make the play. Instead of going for the knockout blow, you got to wrap up. Vernon Hargraves tries to rip the ball loose, and you saw the push in the back. Good call there. Still a positive play for Tennessee getting the first down.
After the penalty, first down and 10, but all the way back at the 36-yard line. Now, I saw the center move his head up, Coleman Thomas, but Caleb Brantley came across.
Offside, defense, number 57. 5-yard penalty, first down.
Well, this is a timing sequence with the silent count. So there was a bit of a pucker there, wasn't there? I can see that. Didn't get caught, got away with it.
First down 5. On the ground again, Hurd. With a spin move, gets the first down. Antonio Morrison with the tackle. Final quarter, 12:45 to go. Clock stopped while they move the first down chain. First down and 10. Rush defense, Florida has given up 234 today. On first down. Well, I guess they're going to keep running.
Well, I really don't blame them. I tell you, it's a 6-point game. Even a field goal, it makes a big difference in this football game. No one wants to concede a touchdown for a field goal, but the passing game has not been, well, let's say, picturesque in this game. It's been the running game. It's been the story of the series in 10 games. And today it's the Tennessee run game, because now Jalen Hurd is approaching 100 yards himself.
Left side. Dobbs caught in the backfield. He'd be third down.
Well, the last 3 third-down plays have been 2 quarterback draws and a bootleg. On 2 of the 3, Florida had it defended, and Dobbs got out of the tackle and made the first down. What are they going to dial up now?
3rd and 8.
Would they dare a pass play?
Apparently, yes. Apparently, no. Into the end zone. Tipped. Caught.
My goodness.
Wow. Deflected. Von Pearson, there is a flag down.
It was going to be a screen pass again. It was defended by Florida, and Dobbs improvised.
The flag is back at the 24-yard line.
Ineligible receiver downfield, number 55 on the offense. Penalty is 5 yards. Replay, third down.
Well, it was a screen pass, and those offensive linemen can only wait so long. So far, this has been the story of the game. Plays that have been stopped, but still made into winners. This time, 55 thinks it's a screen. He's downfield. He's more than 3 yards downfield. It's picked up by the head linesman. A little tweak in that system by Steve Shaw came through on that one, on those passes with linemen, and they call it correctly.
3rd and 13. Across the middle, caught. Wow. That's Ethan Wolf, the tight end, number 82.
And this had to be a busted coverage. I mean, this is as wide open as you can get. Ethan Wolf goes down here and stops, and it's like first man out for practice.
And there's an injured player right there, Marcel Harris, number 26. Saw the injury occur as he came over the top on the tackle. Right here. Time called while the medical staff takes care of Marcel Harris.
Recap.
I'll take you back to the first quarter. Here's Kelvin Taylor coming to the right side, gets a block and cuts in. Florida on top, 7-0 after that 5-yard touchdown. Josh Dobbs, Jawan Jennings, I beg your pardon, with the pass, and Dobbs down the sidelines, 58-yard reception that tied it at 7-7. Tennessee went on top with Jalen Hurd's 1-yard rush for a touchdown, 14-7. Aaron Medley 34 yards out. That extended the lead to 17-7. Medley then hit from 37 to make it 20-7. And Kelvin Taylor, after a 4th down 6 play, gained 21. He strolled in from 4 yards out. And here's Marcel Harris. Let's check in with Allie.
Thanks, Vern. The team took Marcel Harris over to the trainer's table, and they stretched out his left hip by bringing his left leg across his body. He hopped right up, and right now he's pacing back and forth on the sidelines to see just how much pain he can endure by walking. Hasn't even tried to run yet.
All right, Allie, thank you. 1st and goal, Tennessee, on a 17-yard gain. That was the first pass in this 13-play drive. Straight 4-man rush. This one incidental contact at the 1-yard line intended for Preston Williams. Ryan Poole was defending.
He's the almost 5-star, 6'4" freshman, caught a couple touchdown passes a week ago. And that time he just fell down before he had a chance to jump up and catch it.
Second down goal.
Florida will be man-to-man, and they will crowd that box.
3 wide to the right. Hurd goes right. Third down and goal. This is C.C. Jefferson, number 96, with the tackle.
Jalen Hurts carried the ball 25 times. Dobbs has carried it 16, but at times he's thrown it. I mean, he's been scrambling all over the field. It is, a humid, hot day here. You wonder, as guys start to drop, if that's part of the reason. And Bullard is one of their best football players.
And he is down now. Time called to tend to the injured Jonathan Bullard. John Hancock. And by Chick-fil-A. Back at Van Hill Griffin Stadium, the Swamp, and on the sidelines, Jonathan Bullard favoring his left knee. And moments ago, Gary, take a look at what might have happened.
He's in on the tackle. Didn't quite see anything. Did you? Could have happened before he broke off the first block. Well, it's an interesting call here. A field goal is a big 3 points. I think you got to put the ball in the quarterback's hands. Florida's not going to be surprised if he runs it.
Preston Williams, bottom of the screen, wide left, third and goal. Whoa, left side, Hurd, touchdown, Tennessee.
Gassed him. Hurd is a beautiful looking back when he gets some space, doesn't he? Isn't he?
Guess he didn't like it.
Right at the point of attack, a great block by 75, 55, 77. Ferguson, Robertson, and Thomas. Nice job, and it's gash. Just the threat of the quarterback running the ball was enough, and Hurd, boy, does he get ahead of steam going.
16 plays, 70 yards. They chewed 7:26 off the clock. Medley's extra point is up and through, and all of a sudden it's a 13-point Tennessee lead.
Well, I can tell you the blocks happened right over here. Point of attack, they got the blocks going, and they ran in there. They blocked 2-on-1 and then just gashed it. One defensive player picks the wrong gap. I think it was Neal, the safety, picked the wrong gap, and he's in the end zone.
Guys who are underdressed. Best game in the best conference, and we've got a good one for you next Saturday at 3:30 Eastern Time. Alabama at Georgia. We head back to Athens, and this one much anticipated. We'll be there with our crew, and it all begins with the Auto Trader College Football Today Show, preceded by Inside College Football. That one airs at 2:30 Eastern Time.
Well, that was a great statement drive by Tennessee. 16 plays, only 2 of them passes, but I thought Florida was kept off balance, but the times they had the chance to make the play, they didn't make the play.
Well, among other things, Tennessee hit its last 4 third down. William Powell. Oh! Jawan Jennings. Woo!
Jawan Jennings has thrown a touchdown pass, and now he's had a tackle inside the 15-yard line on kickoff coverage. Nice day for Jennings. High school quarterback. That's why he threw that thing. And he's now being transitioned into be a wide receiver.
And a first down 10, Florida with 10:14 to go in the game. Right side caught by Robinson. Well, we saw Jonathan Bullard limp off a moment ago. Let's get more from Alec.
Thank you, Vern. When Bullard first went to the trainer's table, they were stretching his left quad out. Then I saw them feel around in his knee. lower quad area. He got up, he could barely put pressure on it, so he walked slowly over to the stationary bike, and he's riding that now.
Thanks, Allie. Second down. It's threatened from the corner. They're coming. And Kelvin Taylor wrapped up as he nears the line of scrimmage.
I have to give it to Tennessee. They continue to attack. They're not sitting back. Another run blitz, third level safety, crashes down inside. I think it was Daryl McNeil got inside on that play and then bounced it wide, and before Taylor could get started on the play, was eaten up. Again, aggressive defense by Tennessee. They've done it all day.
Third down 3, 9:19 to go.
Plenty of time, but you don't want many more punts. This doesn't look right.
It's not. Robinson now casually comes over to the near, well, not casually, came over near side. Greer out of the backfield. It's Robinson. Avoids a tackle, gets a block, and works for a first down out to the 32-yard line.
Yeah, a little bit of a rub play that time for Robinson to come across. He just crisscrossed. One of the kind of play that everybody has now in these situations. If it's zone, you throw behind it. If it's man, you hit the rub guy coming across, and first down for Florida. You have to hurry it up a little bit. Going to have to go for the line of scrimmage. Unless it's real long yardage, I don't see Florida punting anymore.
8:34 to go. First down 10. Play action. Greer out of the backfield. It's DeAndre Hughes, the backup tight end. He's listed as the third tight end on the depth chart. Keontae Lewis, who's number 2, is out of this game with an injury. Second week in a row.
He's played the whole game, all over the formation. He and McGee and the double tight end set have been in there for most of the game. Even on this drive, it's like a 4-minute drive for Florida. They have to hurry up. 2 tight ends in the game.
Second down. Out to Robinson. Avoids a tackle. He's across the 50. And down at the 47-yard line.
That was a pretty impressive throw that time by Will Greer. It was a short pass, but a long pass from the far hash. He had to know that that ball was going to be in the air for a long time, and he threw it perfectly.
5 catches now for Robinson, and that one a 14-yard gain and a first down. Four-man rush, Tennessee. Greer with time, deep left side, man coverage, overthrown and incomplete. It was intended for Antonio Callaway, and Cameron Sutton had good coverage on the play.
Cameron Sutton has plenty of experience. He's a third-year junior. He had 12 starts as a freshman, 13 starts a year ago, and he's kind of a mainstay at that position and depended on to be almost a shutdown corner out there.
27-14, 7:16 to go in the ball game. And a second down and 10. We're now 16 of 29 for 179 yards. That's McGee moving, blitz threatened, blitz coming.
Perfectly called again.
Yes, it was.
It's like defensive coordinator John Jancic is in the head of Doug Nutzmeyer. 2 times he's brought Vern a run blitz, and he's guessed right on both of them.
Watch number 34. That's Kirkland. Here he comes. Gets a little help from the backside. That was Malik Foreman, number 13. There's John Jancic, came with Butch Jones from Cincinnati. Third down, 10. Here. Misses the stick on. And it's going to be 4th down.
Well, there's not much, as you see Greer come up limping a bit right there. There wasn't much he could do. Defensive tackle, I'm not sure who it was, right off the snap. Might have been LaTroy Lewis, number 4. just gashed inside. At the end of that play, Greer took a kind of a twist to the ankle on that play.
Florida calls a timeout. They're looking at a 4th and long, 4th and 7 to be precise. We'll be right back. We'll go back to New York for the Dodge postgame show, scores and highlights with Adam, Rick, BJ, and Greer. Take a look at that last play, Gary.
Yeah, it was, you know, there was talk that there was a little bit of leaving the pocket early, but not that time. LaTroy Lewis forced Greer out of the pocket. You know, without Barnett nicked, Majit nicked, you could see as Will Greer's kind of limping coming for this 4th down. That's called good recruiting by Butch Jones. He's built the depth for this Tennessee team, where this time it's Lewis making the play. 4th down play.
Well, you can see Florida's perfect so far this year. They're looking at 4 and 7 right here. Greer, back foot. Caught! First down, Florida. Jake McGee, the tight end.
Well, they kept in one running back, but they matched up the tight end on to the outside on Reeves Maven, and a perfect throw. Put it in the spot where McGee could go out and get it. You know, on 4th down, it's been McGee to the on one of the plays, and Powell on that other big 4th down play, and then back to McGee.
First down at the 35. Greer, deep left side. This one's too far. Demarcus Robinson. Well, it doesn't get any easier if you are a Gator. After this Tennessee game, they've got Ole Miss coming in here on the 3rd. Missouri on the 10th at Missouri. LSU, and then that game down in Jacksonville featuring Georgia. It's a tough schedule.
Yeah, I think Jim McElwain knew this was a big one for him. If he wanted to get to 6-7 wins, I think he knew that this was a matchup that he, at home, that he needed badly.
2nd down 10. 3 down for Tennessee on this defensive play. They bring 5, and they force Greer out to his right side. Arms it. Diving catch. Jake McGee. His 5th catch of the ball game.
And Kelvin Taylor did a nice job helping out his quarterback. He came across the formation to get the blitzing linebacker. Greer comes out and again finds number 83. The transfer has been big for this football team. Taylor did a nice job, didn't he, coming across? That slowed down and allowed Will Greer to come out and keep this drive alive. In this situation, Florida's got to run a play. Doesn't matter what play they run, they got to run a play. Get in a legal formation and run a play. They are not in an illegal formation. That's going to be a penalty.
Off the back foot into the end zone. That one's incomplete. And there is a flag at the 25.
Nope, they were not in a legal formation. That time, Brandon Powell was not on the line of scrimmage, and that's too many men in the backfield.
Illegal formation on the offense. 5 players in the backfield. That penalty is declined. 2nd down.
Coach Mack is trying to save. He only has 2 timeouts left. He's trying to save him, and he's saying, guys, you can't get in a legal formation. And he just did not want to burn a timeout there.
2nd down 10. Greer hit, recovers, intercepted. No, Robinson, I'm sorry. Robinson has been a big factor in the passing game today. That's number 6 for him.
Yeah, but Tennessee's going to live with that. A 1-yard pass, cutting across. Robinson is out of gas. He can barely go out there and line up. He's so tired. But there's nobody else. Got to go line up. It's a big drive. And 2 more plays here.
3rd down 8. Good protection for Greer. Goes right, tipped away. Beautiful defensive play by Malik Foreman, number 13.
Malik Foreman knew it was going. He had help in the middle of the field. He knew he had a safety to his left, our right. So he played the outside of that route and reacted wonderfully to the ball. Nice job.
Well, Tennessee puts its perfect record of fourth down attempts on the line here. They're 3 of 3 on fourth down today. Perfect for the season, Florida. And they've got a 4th and 8.
There's the tight end. We go to him again.
Instead he goes to Powell, to the 10. Spin move. To the 5. First and goal.
Football game. Well, how about that? Fourth down, 4 of them. Butch Jones is seeing his life pass in front of him right here. A stutter crossing route. Wonderful design play by Florida to get another forced down. It's been McGee and Powell, 2 each now. Or have there been 5, 6, 7? How many have there been now?
Powell is the injured player.
Will Grier showing a lot of composure, isn't he, in this drive?
Yes.
Fourth down plays, avoiding the rush. He got hit hard. He was patient enough to wait for his late crossing route on that play.
And all of a sudden, he went to the ground, favoring his right knee.
Well, I can say one thing. Everybody on that Florida offense needed a rest. Now, he may be hurt as he cut, but there's 10 other guys saying, whatever, I need a rest. Now, remember Butch Jones telling us, Vern, we talked about it earlier, that against Oklahoma there were 10 or 12 plays that could have ended that game, that we had an opportunity to make it. Now, they've had a lot of makes for them in this game, but there's been 3 or 4 already in this drive that they could have ended this game.
Well, the Verizon red zone offense.
And remember, he decided not to go for 2. This is just a 13-point game.
4:25 to go. First and goal. Delvin Taylor alongside Grier. Right side. Tipped away. Incomplete. Emmanuel Mosley got a hand on this one.
Mosley came to Tennessee as a 150-pound athlete. He's now cutting close to being 180-pound. He knew he was going to be a great athlete, but he's been all over the field covering fade passes. We haven't really named him much. He's another one of those guys that kind of fall through the cracks in our broadcast so far. He's been out there on the side, and nobody's really attacked him yet.
Second down goal, 27-14.
He's the one that got beat for that late fade by Oklahoma.
Into the end zone. Powell! Touchdown, Gators! Needs a little help getting to his feet.
It's LaDarrell McNeil. When Powell shifts over, McNeil takes a man-to-man on the play. He's got him, but he doesn't cover. Nice route by Powell.
How about that? 17 plays, 86 yards, 6 minutes, 10 seconds.
Yeah, I know, but on the other side of it, it's a freshman quarterback. 14 of those were pass plays. When they tried to run the ball, it got blown up. The other run was when he scrambled and he got blew up. Great drive by Will Grier.
Here's the touchdown toss. Brandon Powell. 5 yards. We've got a game. And the Gators cut it to 6. Tennessee, as we've told you throughout, has lost the last 10 games.
Come on, nobody thought it'd be easy.
No.
Stop it there. No one thought. There isn't a Tennessee fan alive that thought they'd just walk away with this game.
Evan Berry trips, falls. Now let's take a look at our AT&T great performances.
Well, it started with the running game of Josh Dobbs, and once he got that going, the running game opened up for everybody else. Jalen Hurd took from there. He got outside a couple times, busted some tackles, and then that offensive line cashed.
Both teams 2 timeouts left. Out of the spread. They go right. Jalen Hurd picked up 3. Jonathan Bullard, who was injured earlier in this quarter, back on the field and makes that tackle. .345 remaining. Running up the middle, it'll be 3rd down.
And I'm sure McElwain will take a timeout now on 3rd and long. He couldn't give away another 40 seconds.
He has done so. Florida has 1 timeout left. Join our crew as they break down everything you need to know about Week 3 on that other pregame show, only on the 24-hour home of CBS Sports.
Well, the signs are present on that Florida sideline. They call it the money down. It's there in practice every day. This is the ultimate money down. Tennessee has gone 3 for 3 in their last 4 for 4, in their last 4 third down plays. And Florida knows they've got to cash in here.
Dobbs freelances, but he is nailed behind the line. Jared Davis, number 40, led the way.
Tennessee says we're going to play it a little bit close to the vest. And Bullard, Jonathan Bullard, just manhandled the front of that line, turned it back in, and the whole Florida defense was there to stop it. Plenty of time.
Callaway, the freshman, is deep to return the punt of Trevor Daniel, who's averaging 51 yards per punt in this game, and he hits a beauty. But he's outkicked the coverage, and here comes Callaway. "56-yard punt, 14 on the return, 2:18 to go. Tennessee 27-21. They went on a 17-play drive to take a 27-14 lead, declined the opportunity to go for 2, kicked the extra point, and Florida just put together its 17-play drive. 27-21 in the Swamp.
And it's never easy. Florida believes that they've got Tennessee's number. Tennessee's trying to take it away from them in the Swamp. What a great finish.
First down 10. Jake McGee, who's caught 6 today. Here's Greer. Screen pass, left side. Kelvin Taylor hit and dropped immediately by Jalen Reeves-Maybin.
Well, Vern told you he made 21 tackles against Oklahoma. That's a great individual stat, but it also meant that Oklahoma had a lot of plays. But he has been all over the field, and smartly all over the field. Remember when Florida tried that throwback pass? It was Reeves-Maybin that smelled it out.
Here's Greer, left side, wide open, dropped in and out of the hands of Demarcus Robinson.
Robinson tried to make a move before he caught it. He tries to spin back and make a move. He's got it, he thinks he's got it, and then it slips through.
Well, here's your basic big play. 3rd down 14, 1:45 to go.
Well, it sure hasn't been Will Grier, has it? He's made a few mistakes, but he has more than held his own in this football game.
He's thrown for 220 on 22 of 40, and he's got a 3rd and 14 here. Chase from behind, heaves it away. Derek Barnett injured earlier.
Yep. Off the bench and around the edge. Here he comes, just like that. He led the SEC a year ago as a true freshman with 18 tackles for a loss. A lot of those were sacks, and he just kind of embarrassed the offensive tackle on that play.
Florida's perfect on 4th downs. Somehow Jim McElwain dialed up his inner Les Miles.
Well, can this Tennessee defense win it?
1:39 to go. Here's Grier. Lot of time. Got it! Antonio Callaway down the sidelines. Touchdown, Florida. Now to break the tie. Jorge Powell. (28-27). Gators.
Vern, John Jancic has been calling a perfect game, but here I question this. He decides to spy, only rushing 3. I would not believe that Florida would call a quarterback draw. But watch number 4, Brandon Powell. He gets the big black. Watch Powell right here. He's going to free the freshman. With the block right there, actually clears 2 defenders on the play. And 2 freshmen. One a redshirt freshman and a true freshman. But Brandon Powell, the 5'9" running back, receiver, slot receiver who caught one touchdown pass, gets the block to spring the touchdown. Callaway and Grier perform, and what a play. The question was, could the Tennessee defense get the stop? The answer was no.
Second half, 13 of 24 for 168.
Does not mean it's over, though. Remember, 2 timeouts and time to go.
From the 5, Evan Berry spins and is across the 30. Well, visions of the Oklahoma game.
Well, you know what, at the time when Tennessee scored, there was 10 minutes roughly to go in the game. And Coach Jones had to make a decision. Should he just take a 13-point lead and make it a touchdown and 2 field goals to tie? Or should he go for 2? He chose to play conservative and kick the extra point. And it could be a big decision. I did not like the spy technique on 4th down in a passing situation. Florida had to throw.
Stunts defensively. Dobbs over the middle. It's caught. Ethan Wolf, the tight end. They have 2 timeouts left. The clock will stop as they move the chain. .106 to go. flag.
Prior to the snap, false start, 77 on the offense. Penalty is 5 yards. First down.
There's the rock back on the left side. Easy call. Peterson knew it.
.56 seconds to go. See the target line. They've got a ways to go. That's the target line for a field goal attempt. And Tennessee has used one of their remaining two. They've got one left.
And as you said, it's been a Les Miles performance for Jim McElwain today, dialing up 5 different fourth downs in this game. 4 of them to the tight end, and then to Powell, and the last one, the home run ball on 4th and ball game. And a great job coming back to help by Powell on that play. That's not bad. Those are Warfel numbers, aren't they?
They are. Yes. 5 for 5 on 4th down. Will Grier. Alvin Kamara is on the field now, the back behind Joshua Dobbs. First down 15. Dobbs. Oh, he's got him wide open. That's Kamara, first down. They'll hustle up. Clock stops as they move the first down chain.
Boy, this is a mental mistake by Jared Davis, number 40, trying to cut underneath Kamara in this 1st and 15 play. It would have been no big deal for Kamara to catch the ball for a 3-yard gain there. A mental mistake.
First down 10. Here's Dobbs looking left all the way. Escapes a tackle and tries to get out of bounds. He fumbles it.
It's going to be the second spot of the fumble. They're going to move it back where he was before. This one bounced out cleanly. Again, Dobbs runs away from a sack. A missed tackle on Dobbs from the backside. Before he gets into the secondary, he ran out of another sack that time. I think it was Alex McAllister, number 14, that had him dead to rights.
Aaron Medley's longest this year is 37 yards. Here's Dobbs. Low, Wolf, out of bounds. That stops the clock with...
I don't think so.
Oh, no.
No, he drove him out of bounds. I think that he's asking. It's a first down, so they stop the clock to set it, and then they'll wind it.
Well, a little disorganization. They stop the clock with 3 seconds left. There is a flag.
That could be the end of the game. There might be a runoff here if there's a penalty. This is hairline close. What confused Tennessee is when the ball went out of bounds, they spotted it and ran the clock.
McElwain trying to get his players back off the field. Now, if this is a runoff, game over.
Yes. They have a timeout left.
Illegal substitution on the offense. Penalty is 5 yards. Will be first down. Tennessee has chosen to use their final timeout to avoid the 10-second runoff. Timeout, Tennessee.
So without the timeout, it would have been a disaster.
Yep. Well, the last win by Tennessee in this game. Vols made it 28-27 in the fourth quarter, had a chance to tie, but James Wilhoit missed the extra point. Here's the winning, the attempted extra point, and then they drove back into field goal position for the win. Wilhoit from 50.
Hold is good. That's got enough distance. He nailed it. Talk about redemption.
Well, here comes Aaron Medley.
This one will be farther.
Yep. This is from 55 yards away. Low snap. Kick up. Kick is.
McElwain took a timeout to freeze him.
The 30 final timeout in the second half. 30 second timeout.
Oh boy. You know, the opposing coaches calling timeouts have not worked well in this game.
McElwain calls the timeout.
I think Tennessee on that drive used both of their timeouts to avoid runoffs in time. Did not use their timeouts wisely, but the last one saved the day, or the game would have been over. What confused Tennessee is when Dobbs got stripped of the ball, Tennessee thought the ball went out of bounds, but the clock kept going. They lost track of the clock.
Aaron Medley from 55 for the win. It's going to go just right. He had the distance. The streak is at 11.
After last year's loss at home to Florida, Butch Carnes called it the toughest loss of his coaching career. He may have topped it.
Tennessee squandered a 13-point lead in the fourth quarter. Another look at what would have been. And it was oh so close.
My goodness. With plenty of leg.
Yes. Dobbs thought perhaps. It was certainly far enough. Let's go down to Alex.